The gym wanted to, I think, test what I was like, see if I was worth betting on. And the only people that were at this place was the people from the gym, the people from their gym, my opponent and me. I still see people do it now and I don't think anything of it. For me, again, I find it degrading, where for that fight I got paid 1,000 baht, which now, it's probably about 8 quid, I think now. And they put it in my mouth. I had to accept it with my mouth, which I found that degrading, and I see people doing it now still.
Damien Trainor is a 2-time Muay Thai world champion and now a much sought after coach around the world for fighters in the UFC Bellator GLORY. This video is part 4 of the Damien Trainor Muay Thai documentary, in which Damien really opens up about his experiences of fighting in Thailand. Third world poverty and gambling culture really affects fighters. Subscribe to K1 Loop on YouTube and hit the notifications bell to not miss out on future content. Support K1 Loop via Patreon from £1 a month, which will help us produce plenty of more videos about kickboxing, Muay Thai and British fighters.
Hadouken! What would you say were the most challenging things you faced in your fighting career?
That's a tricky one. I suppose my first few fights in Thailand, they're very different to what you'd get over here. Obviously over here, you turn up at the venue, you're on this number, you have a changing room, you're locked away from everyone else, blah blah blah. But then obviously, like I remember, like my first fight in Thailand, the gym wanted to, I think, test what I was like, see if I was worth betting on. So I remember I went to the gym in the morning, trained in the morning, went away, come back for the afternoon session, and no, you fight tonight, go home, relax. I was like, I'm used to having a bit of time to know I've got a fight coming up, so I went, come back. They took me to a venue which was, there was 2 bars, but like they were outside, and there was a ring in between the 2 bars, and there's like a cover coming over from bar to bar, and the only people that were at this place was the people from the gym, the people from their gym, my opponent and me. And obviously we had a fight, and I think they just wanted to see what I could do. And obviously I'd won it, I put him down in the 4th round of a body punch. And obviously I kind of won at the end of that, and obviously that, it really took me back. So in Thailand it's very different to what I was used to here, because obviously as the fighter you're kind of revered a little bit. Whereas over there I felt like I was a bit of a racehorse. And like people started coming in the gym and they'd start poking you and grab you, so how hard you are, how strong you are. And then you can listen to them, and after a bit you start understanding what they're saying. They're talking about how much they could bet, is it worth betting on, blah, blah, blah. So that's very, very different.
It is a business over there. I mean, the gym owners and stuff, they're out to make money from you, that's it. So in some ways it is bad, but I mean, I wasn't really getting many fights here, so I went over there and I was fighting regularly every month, fight, but you kind of burn out as well, whereas here they'll look after you a bit, whereas over there, they want you to fight again, just so they can make their cut off you.
So in fact, you feel a bit like you're a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would find that quite degrading. And
well, it's like after that fight, I still see people do it now and I don't think anything of it. For me, again, I find it degrading, where for that fight I got paid 1,000 baht, which now, it's probably about 8 quid, I think now. And they put it in my mouth. I had to accept it with my mouth, which I found that degrading. And I see people doing it now still.
Hence the pictures of Muay Thai fighters with a wad of cash in their mouth then?
Yeah.
It's a tough one, really. It's, you know, you can see it both ways, really, because sometimes the gyms use the fighters a little bit and stuff, but it's hard, really, because them fighters, they are still able to feed their families and bring their families of poverty, really. So it's tough. In one way, obviously, you feel a little bit sad about it, but it's a third world country. It's really tough, really. You know, sometimes it's tough for us to understand it, really, because sometimes we're not in that position either.
People use culture as an excuse. It's not really.
It's just that I don't know where that. I don't actually know what that comes from, to be honest. But it's just I think it's obviously the big boss who's giving the money out, he's higher in stature than the boxer, so he's giving us and we're taking it by the mouth. I don't know.
Food to eat,
Yeah.
how you live, isn't it? It's very much a bit like in a way, it can be compared to the gladiators of the Roman era.
Yeah.
If you want to learn the genuine art of Muay Thai, you know, which is Thailand's national martial art dating back thousands of years and has long been their military martial art, still is their military martial art. You know, you go to Thailand to learn it. Any of the great camps over there, from Fairtex, Sitchatong, the WMC camp in Koh Samui, and you learn the knees, the elbows, the grappling, and all the Thai techniques.
Muay Thai just seems to be very ancient. It's very brutal, and the injuries that one can sustain they're life-changing. Elbows, knees.
There's a lot of people now, and they're saying that there should be full Thai rules from the get-go. I don't think that's the case, especially if you're trying to build the sport up. I don't really think that's a good idea. Like I didn't have my first elbow fight until I fought Wang Chan Nai, which obviously is a bit of a jump in the deep end. In my career, I've had 80 some fights now, and I've had 6 cuts with elbows. So not fighting elbows from the very start hasn't hindered me not being elbowed later on in my career. And then what you have to look at it is someone who's everyone starts as a hobby. They don't come into Muay Thai and think, you know what, I'm going to become world champion and make loads of money. They do it as a hobby and it escalates from there. So some people are self-employed, they work in an office, they work in a bank. They want to have maybe a fight, but then they might get elbowed and cut, so they get a life-changing scar for no money at all. There needs to be like kind of levels, and then when that person knows that they're into it, then they can start fighting what people are saying pro-am now.
Now, I haven't asked you some of these questions before, and this kind of some of the stuff hasn't come up. It's quite a lot for me to take in, and I've heard a lot of stories over the years. It's quite deep. I don't know where to follow that one up from.